Good morning. Welcome to Garden Play. It is April 7th, which is a pretty special day. My friend Karen's birthday, and I think she's 50. All right, so let's begin. We're going to start today in a really nice, comfortable stance, whatever that might be for you. Planting your feet underneath your hips. Take a moment to simply arrive in your stance. Inviting yourself to notice where the weight is settled in your feet, if it's in the back, in the front, is it side to side, is it settled right in between. On your next inhale, lift all of your toes. Keep them lifted. Perhaps you feel activation in the arches of your foot, and you're going to slowly plant your toes. It doesn't matter if it works or not, but pinky toe, ring toe, middle toe, index toe, and big toe. Feel that action and the arches still lifting. Take a nice big inhale, and equally long exhale. On your next inhale, draw your shoulders up to your ears, and then continue to float them up even more, and even more. Imagine now your shoulders have become your earrings, your new favorite earrings. And then keep hiking them up. Still feeling that action in your feet. Full breath. And a fuller breath. On your next exhale, slowly scoop the shoulders behind your heart like you're cracking walnuts. Really squeeze and activate them together. Continue to breathe into that action right behind the shoulder blades, behind your heart, hugging in. Filling the lungs all the way into those upper lobes. On the exhale, gently put your shoulder blades into your back pockets. Pause into that stance. And then on your own timing, draw your shoulders up a little higher than usual. Roll them back, activating that heart opening, drawing the shoulders together, and then floating your shoulders into your back pockets. 2 more times. Floating up, back, and down. Allow yourself to pause here. Notice how that feels. Taking a slightly wider stance, we're going to shift the weight over into our right leg, coming up onto the ball of our left foot. We're going to circle that left leg, rolling to the outside through the foot, the knee, activation into the hip. You can stand straight on that right leg or a little bit of bend if that feels better for you. If you want to get a little bit of sassy going on, why not? And reverse it. Shift the weight all the way over to that right, shake it out, plant your foot, settling back down, and the other side. Begin to circle. Still feeling that nice fullness of your breath all the way into the shoulders. Rolling through that foot, that knee, that hip. Perhaps you've been sitting a little bit more than usual. Perhaps you have not been. Either way, it's always good to roll through the joints. And reverse it if you haven't. And shake it out. From your belly, we're going to zip the legs all the way up. Slide the hands down to the knees and we'll circle the legs. Going at a pace that feels good for you. And reverse. Again, we're circling through the entire surface of the foot, the ankle, the knees, and the hips. A little bit of engagement in your belly so you're not sagging into your low back. And bend it straight. Straighten to what feels comfortable, bend to what feels good. Rotating back. I just did that so you can see better. And we'll roll up. stepping the feet apart, hands onto your hips. Again, shoulders stay away from the ears. A little bit of softness in the knees. We're going to circle the hips. So this morning, I really just invite you to notice how your body is feeling. What feels creaky, what feels less creaky, what feels really good. And reverse. And with each inhale, inviting that really good gratitude for your body and everything it allows you to do and to with that breath. And then exhaling what is not of service to you. For me personally, I know that overthinking right now is not in service, so we're going to let that go. Again, coming back, nice and tall. We'll let our hips become a little more stable. You can bend the knees if that feels good. I'm going to just rotate the spine, so it's that space between your hips and your ribs here, generating some nourishing movement for those inner organs. And again, circling at a pace that feels good. Full breath. And reverse it. Coming back up. Roll the shoulders, reawakening them. Taking a wider stance, feeling the sun coming out. Reaching the arms out, fingers pointing forward, gently rotating the shoulders. As you do this, still stay with your breath and notice if your ribs want to flare out in front, exaggerating for visual. See that flare? So see if you can let them just soften as you circle the shoulders. And reverse it. And then feel that extension from your heart through the breath all the way. Your fingers open, your hands nice and wide. Close, make a little fist. Open in, close, open, close. Elbows are nice and straight. Sending some energy into our fingers, our wrists, our forearms, maybe up into your shoulders. Still again, comfortable stance. Ribs are soft. I'm going to go ahead and inhale it up with your left hand. You're going to make a bracelet with your thumb and index finger around your right wrist into that part that's floppy. Inhale, reach up, lengthen up and over to the left. Reaching to what is comfortable. If it feels good, send your hips a little bit further away. Place your gaze up, forward, and gazing down. Sweeping back to center, switching. Again, re-engaging, lifting up, reaching over. Sending the hip to where it feels good. Gazing up, forward, and gazing down. Sweeping back to center. The arms float down. Staying with that nice full length in the body. Begin to circle the head. You want to do this nice and slow, so as you circle around, you're not crunching into the back of your neck. Still inviting some length through the spine. And reversing that. Keeping that length. Gently nodding up, looking up, nodding down. Coming back to center, standing nice and tall. You're going to bring the feet either right underneath your hips, or if it feels good, you can zip the legs together. I'm going to turn to the side so that you can see. My head's going to gaze forward towards the mic, but I would invite you to keep your head facing in line with your spine. Coming together, taking a nice full breath, sweeping the arms up. As the arms sweep up, feel that belly button engage into the low back. Feel that action in the legs. Slowly diving forward, bending the knees if you have tight hamstrings, and folding down. Releasing your head so it's nice and round. Bye bye hat, bye bye Shelly. again, bending the knees if that feels better for you, or extending long through the legs, releasing your neck so you're not looking at the earth, but reaching and extending out the crown of your head. Taking a nice full breath. Inhaling halfway left, perhaps bringing your hands to the legs. Again, maybe your knees are bent, shoulders are engaged into the back, belly is floating towards the spine. Exhale, fold forward. Nice big inhale, belly is still floating into your spine. Exhale, fold forward. Soften the knees and press the earth away as you roll up through your spine, one vertebrae at a time. And again, sweeping the arms up. Draw the belly in. Exhale, dive forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Nice flat back, feeling that extension, tailbone up and out the crown of your head, maybe rising up higher or bending your knees if that is where you need to be right now. Do what feels good in your body. Folding forward on the exhale, belly still scooping in. I'm going to soften the knees this time. Hands are going to plant right underneath my shoulders. I'm going to step back into a plank. Take a moment again, find that length forward and back. Nice full breath. Using my hands like my feet, I'm gonna walk myself back, soften my knees, and roll up through center. Stepping back into the camera, hoping that sun comes out pretty soon. Sorry. Little adjustment. Planting the feet. Inhale the arms up. Reaching up, gazing up this time if your body feels ready for that and warm enough. Exhale, dive forward. Inhale, halfway left. Exhale, fold forward, walk and or jump back into a plank. Hold that plank, feel the action of your belly hugging in towards your spine. Not dropping your hips, not lifting up too high, not seeing all that lovely water, but that length. I made the floating dock float a little bit when I did that. Scoop the belly in, exhale, press back, downward facing dog. Take a moment to rise up under the ball of your feet, bend the knees a little bit, wiggle up your hips higher, soften your belly and your heart, feel that extension through the arms, and then float your heels back down to the ground to what feels good for you. Maybe a little more bend in the knees, nice full breath. Stay with the fullness of the breath again, those inhales. Breathing in gratitude, exhaling what is not of service to you. Soften the knees on the exhale, gaze forward, tiptoe back up to the front of your mat, if you're on a mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Soften the knees, drop the tailbone towards your heels. Press yourself up, rolling one vertebrae at a time, all the way up. Standing, notice how you feel. A little bit of more awakeness, hopefully. And again, we'll do that one more time. Sweeping the hands up, adding on as well. Looking up, exhale, dive forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward, plant your hands, step or jump back, finding our plank. We're not doing chaturangas today. If you want to add that low push-up into your practice this morning, by all means, please do. And whoops, flip the deck. Stepping into downward facing dog. Keep that nice rooted action into your palms. We're gonna inhale the right leg up towards the sky. I'm gonna bend the knee, reach up and over to my left. Circling the ankle, breathing into that openness of the belly. Reverse the circle. And then inhaling back straight. Keeping my belly engaged here, we're going to add a little bit of heat and love for our centers. Going to shift forward into our plank. Going to bring that knee to your elbow. And exhale. Press it back and float it down. If you need to take a break off of your wrist, go ahead, sit down, shake them out, wiggle out your shoulders, open and close your fingers. And then when you're ready, replant your hands nice and wide. Exhale yourself back into downward facing dog. On the other side, inhaling this time for me, left leg, bend the knee, reach up and over to the right. Circle your ankle. Keep that nice engagement of the arms pressing towards the thigh. And reverse the circle. Full breath. Inhaling back to center. Here's that fun, hug your belly from the inside, scoop the belly in, shift forward, knee to your elbow, press it back, exhale it down. Soften the knees, gaze forward, tiptoe towards the front of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift, exhale, fold forward. Sweep your right arm to the outside of your left leg. Slowly from your belly, spiral through your spine, reach up, gaze up. Exhale, center. Soften the shoulders, maybe soften the knees, and switching sides, rotating from that low belly, spiral up, gaze up. Exhale, center. Soften the legs again, tailbone towards the heels. Roll yourself up, one vertebrae at a time. Hope you're feeling good, waking up a little bit. We're gonna do a couple lunges now. So planting the feet again, nice and tall. Feeling that extension up and out the crown of your head. Drawing your belly in. You're gonna start to sink down into both legs. Taking your left leg, you're gonna step it back. Finding your right knee over top of your right ankle. You can let your arms rest here. Try not to sink into the shoulders. You're gonna soften that left knee to the ground, feeling that glute engaging that forward lean, and then start to lean forward. Arms are soft even if they're resting on that forward leg. If you're happy here, stay here. If you want a little bit more sensation in the body, keep that engagement of that hip pressing forward, draw your belly in, sweep the arms up. Exhale the arms down if you've reached them up. Extend long through that back leg. Feel the difference in that extension versus when your knee was on the ground. Still hugging that right knee over your ankle. Soften, step forward, roll it up. Again, softening into the knees. Scooping your belly in, reaching down. Stepping back with your opposite leg, maybe the right. You're going to soften that right knee down. Left knee over your ankle. Feel that engagement into the glute, opening in the front of the hip. Belly scooping in, protecting and lengthening into your low back. Again, if you're happy here, stay here. Breathing into the hips, softening, relaxing the shoulders. If it serves you right now, keep drawing everything in. Inhale the arms up. Exhale them down. Keep drawing your belly in. Soften your gaze. Hop your foot forward. Roll it up. Turning back to center. Take a moment. Bringing the hands onto the hips. Feeling those ribs soften, that belly floating in. Shifting your weight over onto your left leg. You're going to pick up the right leg. You're going to keep inviting the knee to the sky, and then when you can, you're going to reach for it. Front of the leg, and shin. Standing nice and tall, circle the ankle of the leg you're holding. Both directions. And then releasing, keeping the leg up, holding onto your hip. You're going to cross over top, letting that knee open to the side. And then begin to sit down into your standing leg. Good morning, sunshine. Inhale up. And float it down. Sink into both feet. And then shift the weight. Over onto your other leg. Shoulders relax, belly floats in, ribs are floating down. We're going to draw that knee up to the... We're going to go ahead and come into a sitting position. You're You're gonna find whatever is comfortable for you. We're gonna start out just wiggling into the hips, feeling your sit bones on the ground, feeling that movement into your organs, that space between the ribs and the hips. And allow your breath to be the guide. And allow that wiggle, jostle breath to settle you nice and tall. And sweep the arms up. On the exhale, left arm drops forward towards that right knee, right arm reaches behind. Use that hand a little bit to help level you up nice and tall. Take a nice big twist from that low belly, rotating through the spine. We're gonna let your head gaze towards your right arm in the back. And then super slow, using your breath, you're gonna invite the head to come forward. That front shoulder still stays relaxed. Rotate your head and your gaze all the way around and look over that front arm. Breathing into that different sort of twist through your spine. Inhaling it back from center, all the way around to the back. On your next inhale, we're going to sweep the arms up, invite the entire spine back to center, arms reach up. Take a moment to really extend them nice and long. Shoulders relax away from your ears. Belly floats in, ribs are soft. On the next exhale, we'll go the other direction. Right arm comes around to the left. Left arm reaches around behind. I'm going to use my arms to inhale nice and tall. Front shoulder rolls down my back. From the belly, I'm going to rotate through the exhale. Gaze all the way over my back arm. And then slowly, I'm going to invite my gaze forward until I come into that opposite twisting rotation, so I'm gazing over the front arm. Nice full breath here. And back around. Thank you, sunshine. Moving it, what feels good for you? One more time, you're going to bring your gaze around to the front, still inviting that front shoulder to roll down your back, breathing through that twist, your little belly still hugging in towards the spine like a hug. Exhaling around. On the inhale, sweeping the arms up, coming back to center, and floating it down. From here, you're going to keep your left leg in the front. You're going to take the right leg, rotate the knee forward, and you're going to plant your shin into the arch of your forward leg, of your left leg. Take a moment here, notice how your hips feel. Adjust your legs, and as much as possible, sink into that top leg's hip, your right leg. Grow nice and tall. Keep that sinking action of the hips, notice how that feels. And then super slowly, rotating towards the bottom leg. A little bit different twist than the last one. You might feel a different sensation in the hip. As you rotate, try not to draw your hip and your body forward, but invite that hip to stay floating down. And then bring your gaze around, looking over your top leg at your foot. Grow tall. On the exhale, keeping your gaze towards your foot, invite the entire body to rotate around towards the top leg. Hand comes onto the top of the shin and the ankle. Take a nice full breath. We're going to roll our spine back. Again, not reaching up through the hip, hip still sinking down. You can use the arms as traction. On the inhale, grow nice and tall, roll it up. Sweep your hands behind you, lean back just enough to walk your feet out in front. Lean into the arms. Don't collapse into your shoulders, and rotate your legs from side to side. And then we'll switch and do that on the other side. So right leg comes around, it'll be underneath. Soft foot, arches facing forward, top leg, left leg's gonna come into that arch. Find the place where that feels good for you, whatever that might be. On your exhale, take that top hip, sink it down. Take a moment to feel that. And then slowly rotating towards your bottom leg using the arms. Rotating around, softening into your hips. And then exhale your gaze around towards your top leg foot. Still feeling some engagement of that belly hugging into your spine, supporting the low back. Exhaling into both of those hips. And then slowly on the next exhale, keep the belly hugging in, rotate around to face towards your top leg, hand on top of your shin and on your ankle, floating in on the exhale, rounding back. Using the arms as traction. Inhale it up. Coming around to the front. Sweeping the feet out forward, hands on the ground, what feels comfortable, not shrinking into those shoulders that we've been moving and rotating this morning. Pressing into the arms, dropping your knees side to side. Gonna go ahead and sit tall in your sit bones, moving the flesh away from those bones. Extend long through your legs. Point your feet towards the sky like you were going to have to stand up so your feet are nice and flat. Inhale the arms up. Draw your belly in. Exhale, hinge forward. Keep hinging forward so that you're not rounding right away, but you're hinging so you feel that length from the hip through the arm, up the finger, hinging. And then when you run out of hinge, then allow yourself to round all the way over, folding down to what is comfortable for you. Stay in that nice forward fold. Notice if your feet want to collapse. Re-engage toes to the sky. Feet are flat like you need to stand up. You're going to use your hands, belly scooping in. Use your hands, roll yourself up. Nice and tall. Coming around to the front. Going to bring the soles of the feet together. The heels can come in as close or as far as you want. Whatever feels good for you. Shoulders again relax, holding on to the legs, perhaps the knee, the shin, the ankle. Wiggle yourself up nice and tall. Use the breath. On the exhale, hinge forward. Just like the last exercise, hinge. And then again, when you run out of that hinge, allow yourself to completely round over. I'm not going to round all the way over because then I'll be talking to my belly and maybe you won't see me. All the way over. Really, I meant you won't hear me, but go ahead, draw your belly in, use that to grow yourself nice and tall. Use your hands, bring your legs together. Plant your feet, bring your hands underneath your knee crease, draw your shoulders down your back, begin to walk your feet in. Hug your belly in towards your spine, shift back a little bit, lift one leg, and then the other, coming into a boat. This feels good and you're happy here, stay here. If you want a little bit more sensation and or challenge, relaxing your shoulders, let go of your hands, reach them forward. If that feels good and you want to add on, extend long through your legs and perhaps extend long through your arms. If you start to wiggle or wobble, remember it's called boat pose for a reason. So just come back, find the beginning. Back in, shifting forward, plant your feet, drop your knees, round over. Roll it back up. Let's do that one more time. Belly in, knees hug in, legs float up. They can hug together, they can be slightly apart. Shoulders relax so you're not rounding into your upper back. Reaching up strong through your heart. Holding on if that feels appropriate. Letting go, extending the legs. Wherever you are, allow your breath to be nice and full. Tilt it forward, plant the feet, drop the knees, round over. 2 more breaths here and you're rounded over, sensational. Releasing that boat pose. And then roll yourself back up. Come into a nice comfortable seat, whatever that might be for you. Wiggle yourself up tall. Take a moment to notice your sensations in your body. How do you feel now? How did you feel a little while ago when we started? Perhaps the breath is returning to its normal pace. On the next inhalation, sweep your arms up towards the sky. Give yourself a loud high five, because who's around to hear you? You're probably home at home, right? High five. Take that high five of awesomeness of yourself, sweep it down into your heart center. Take the next couple breaths to appreciate your body, to have gratitude for everything it allows you to do, for the time that you've made for your self-care, to move, to breathe, to settle. And then although we're not supposed to be going out into the world right now, I still invite you to take this lovely gratitude that you feel for yourself and extend that energetically out into the world. May we be happy that we have this space. May we offer this space of healing to others who maybe don't have it right now. Gratitude for being safe, for being healthy. Thank you all for joining me this morning. I really appreciate it. It's my first time going live on social media. I was super nervous. I don't know if you could tell. But if you have questions and or requests for things, I'm going to be doing this again and again and again, most likely. So thank you and have a lovely day. Karen, if you're watching, happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday. Peace out, peep. Garden of Play.